Welcome back to North Star Sports Talk.
Episode 6.
We got a good one for you. Obviously, last week we're unable to upload a video. More technical difficulties with mics this time. At least it wasn't cameras.
We're getting it down.
Yes. Can I say it makes me want to?
Probably not.
No. Okay. Editor, bleep that out.
You know what to do.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
What do we got? What do we got in store today, boys? I know for sure we got Minnesota State High School Hockey League.
Yeah.
What else we got? Timberwolves, Wild, a little bit of the Loons, barely anything on the Twins. They won today.
Well, we got some on this.
Yeah,
we got
just a little bit. Just a little bit.
The Gophers basketball will maybe touch on their path to March Madness. It's not a whole lot. There's just one thing that they can do to make it in right now. So, let's get started with Timberwolves. Minnesota fans on Twitter. Let me tell you, they're upset with Coach Finch right now. Some are calling for his head, which I think is absurd, personally.
Please don't wish death on somebody.
No.
But Rob Dillingham, he was very visibly upset with him. I don't remember exactly which game it was, but he took a bad 3 against the Rockets. Oh, I do know what game it is. I wrote it down. He took a bad shot against the Rockets. Coach Finch benched him for the rest of the game. I think it happened in like the second quarter. So that sucks a lot. They're mostly upset about the fact that he lets the veteran players take shots like that and doesn't get mad at them, but that's because they're veteran players.
Yep. And I get that it worked with Ant.
So yeah, people are upset about that. I understand it. He's a rookie. If you make a bad shot, you sit on the bench. It would have been the same if you're a freshman playing varsity in high school. So, Ant got his 14th technical foul against OKC, which leads the league. Yes.
I mean, I get it. Like, Finch was really hard on Ant when he was a rookie. But the thing is he continued to let him play, so I see why fans are upset. Like, he's benching Dillingham. He didn't treat Ant like that. Obviously, Ant is another echelon of a player compared to Dillingham, but Dillingham has a ton of potential. I see a very bright future. I think he's a legitimate number 2 for the Wolves here. So I think you do have to treat him with a little bit of, we'll let you play. We'll chew your ass out, but we'll let you play and learn.
I mean, I think there's 2 sides to this story.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think benching him for the whole game seems excessive.
Yes.
Maybe benching him for a little bit, be like
a quarter.
What editor's going to bleep that out, but
thank you, editor.
Thank you.
I feel like we've let fly quite a bit.
Yeah, we're no more of that. We're a PG podcast. But like, what are you doing? Why are you throwing those? You're gonna sit out the rest of the quarter. You're gonna think about it. If you want to play, you're gonna play good.
Yep.
Because I mean,
for sure.
So I mean,
but for the rest of the game,
the rest of the game is very excessive. Yeah. But I think the Timberwolves, we're getting to the point in the season where we really have to show tough love. Yeah. So maybe Finch is realizing that it hasn't been a really great season. It's been a very meh season.
But they're still on track to make the playoffs.
Yeah, but you gotta really push. You gotta push the team really, really hard if you want to have another good run like they did last year.
And so, I know a lot of fans weren't happy about the Cat trade, and like we should probably start moving away from the Cat trade. Like it's in the past.
Yeah,
there's no going back on it now. But they have an incredibly young, promising core.
Yeah, I mean,
and I think that the Wolves could be a team to fear for a while.
Yeah.
So I think there's going to be growing pains this season with a young core, but
moving on from the whole Rob Dillingham dog, by the way,
dog.
Anthony Edwards gets his 14th technical foul against OKC. Not the last game that they played, which would have been yesterday, the 24th. But the one before that, I think it was on Sunday. I want to say. I don't know. 14th technical foul that leads the league. I think he needs 2 more, and he gets suspended for a game. So that's a little. That sucks, especially since the point that we are in the season.
We can't be doing that.
We can't have him missing games.
It's stupid. I mean, there's obviously the rumors going around of his baby mama stuff that we talked about. Maybe that's playing a part in it, but I mean, why? Like this, you're a good player. Play your game.
Yeah.
Play the ball. Just I don't get it.
I saw a video too of him a couple days ago that he was like, I just need to be more mature. Stop getting technical fouls. Stop getting upset about stuff. Not saying stuff after games too is a big thing that he needs to learn how to do.
Fines.
I think maybe the cockiness of all the hype that he received last year, especially, I think is starting to catch up.
But people are saying that they want him to be the face of the league. He doesn't want that.
No,
which is crazy.
Well, crazy. I mean, I can kind of see it. Like,
just be yourself.
Yeah, if I was a player, I want to be well known, but I don't want to be like the face of the league. Yeah. That's a lot because then all the cameras point to you every single time.
Well, and it's not even just that. Like he just kind of wants to play basketball and go home. And play video games, which
valid.
Fair enough.
I mean, I think the technicals, in a sense, can show that he has passion for the game, but you gotta stop. You've been in the league for a while. You can figure out what not to do.
Yeah,
and you should know that by now.
Moving on to huge fourth quarter comeback. My top 3 players that game: Rob Billingham, Terrence Shannon Jr., and Jalen Clark.
Young core.
Jalen Clark out of nowhere. He started that game.
Yeah.
And he put up points. I don't know how many points he put up exactly, but he put up points. He was doing what he was supposed to on defense. Also, crazy, you have all this athleticism and you're really, really good. Look what happens when you play defense.
Whoa.
The block on Shea was crazy. He had 5 points.
He had 5 points.
Hey, still a dog. He started that game. I don't care. Who else had a good game? Jaden McDaniels went off for 27, 10, and 4.
Yeah.
Or 27, 4, and 10, sorry.
Same difference.
Shannon Jr. had 17 points.
Yep. Nikhil Alexander Walker with 21.
Yeah, he was talking.
Who's the better cousin?
Yeah.
Not Shea. Foul merchant.
Oh my God.
Foul merchant.
But no, I mean, great game.
I think the maturity from Ant with not complaining about being on the bench to start overtime.
Yeah. Speaks volumes.
Yeah. Proud of him for that. Next we got Wild. Someone else can talk Wild since I just talked pretty much for 20 minutes.
So at the beginning of the season, I think word has been spread around about, but for a while, but XL Energy has decided to not go forward anymore with their sponsorship for their arena. Really disappointing to see that is coming to an end. It's a stable name.
I'm still calling it the X.
Yeah,
I'm still calling it the X.
So, staple name, but we'll see where that kind of goes.
It is one of the older arenas in the league at this point.
Yeah. So
I get it.
It's still timeless in there. It's still a really fresh feel in there.
Yeah.
Which I think it's so hard to do with that.
Especially now with how architecture and design is.
So I mean, the people who designed the arena
they did a great job. It's very Minnesota.
Yeah, it has a very good feel to it. Gary Bettman has lowered Ryan Hartman's suspension from 10 games to 8 games.
And I think that was just kind of a pity, just get out of the office.
Yeah.
I agree with the keeping it a decent amount of games. He clearly did that on purpose.
Right, yeah.
And he admitted to doing so, and that's why. I'm ready for him to be off the team.
Yeah, I think
there are younger guys that can contribute better and not actively tank the team.
Right, yeah, absolutely. I mean,
I would like to say that real quick. Sorry, going back to XL Energy Center. 3 different sponsorships I'd like to see. Spam.
No.
Stop. Center.
Stop. That's
3M.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. 3M Arena.
And
Target.
The only
no.
issue.
I don't need a monopoly of names.
The only issue.
Walmart. The Walmart Center.
No.
Yeah,
No.
Walmart,
They would
Costco.
never. They would never.
Costco.
Costco, I would take.
I can see 3M.
$1.
I can absolutely.
Hey, no.
see
Think.
3M.
You go to a hockey game. You go to the Costco Center in St. Paul. $1.50 for a dog and a pop at a hockey game.
That'd be incredible, but they'd never do
No.
it.
They never do that. But if they did,
I can absolutely see 3M.
Talking out of their ass.
Tyson, maybe.
The food.
The food company.
Yeah, no.
Get the flag.
You don't see Tyson. It's based in Minnesota.
You want your arena named after chicken? Might as well just
I'm
go
saying it's an.
Chick-fil-A
I'm not
Center.
saying. I'm not saying that I want it. I'm saying I can see it as a
I'm
potential
saying things
option.
I want. I would love the spam.
Yeah,
Center.
I know.
No.
Let's be a bit more realistic.
Spam
So
Center.
hold on.
That's realistic.
No, it's
spam.
not.
Spam is a Minnesota company.
Yes, they don't make any money really anymore.
I would rather have congealed meat than chicken.
Get the red flag.
No yellow flag. That's a penalty. That's a penalty. We're throwing penalties now.
Yeah.
We're throwing get that. We're gonna need it more.
Yeah.
I want to see. We have the Canadian Tire Center. We need America Tire
Goodyear.
Center. The Goodyear Tire
The
Center.
spam center. I'm telling you.
Don't
guys.
slam on the table. You're making the editor have more work to do.
The editor.
Okay.
Whoa!
Bleep that out.
Just cut that part.
So moving on from that,
Jesus Christ.
you and your spam center.
That would be such a good
Listen,
name.
it would be fun. It's never gonna happen.
It's funny. It's funny name, but it's
And
never
then-
gonna happen.
And then
that's
you have
stupid.
on the ice during intermission, you have like different types of spam race around.
You know what? You
No.
know what I'll give you? You know what I'll give you? A spam Zamboni in the shape of the can.
Okay.
That would be cool.
That would be cool.
That would be dope.
At the end of each game, you get like a free can of spam.
When I first moved up here out into my own place, my dad jokingly got me a can of spam and was like, only open in case of emergencies.
You still have it?
I do still have it.
I'm
Yeah.
hungry. Open it up. I'll eat it cold.
Oh, okay, moving on. That's my
Joel Eriksson Ek got
Yeah.
injured at practice, and so he's been placed on injuries reserve. And it looks like he's about to miss 7 days.
Okay, what a
At least.
At least.
Can we fire our medical team?
Honest to
Yeah.
God, Minnesota is known for having some of the best medical care in the entire world. What are we doing? Farting around, injuring all our players and freaking Bruins players.
They brought in the CentriCare medical staff. They brought in like
Loki, the Mayo Center.
Mayo Center's the best medical center in the world.
I'm saying that's what
Yeah, they need to.
new sponsor.
Yeah,
they need to get rid. I'm sorry. I know that it's probably a really hard job, but you're not doing your job.
consistently, the Wild are one of the most
Okay.
injury-prone teams in the league, year after year.
Okay. I'm keeping my hat.
There you go.
I'm keeping my hat. So
I couldn't stand it.
And it's just embarrassing as a state that is one of its hallmarks is really good medical care. It's just embarrassing.
Really disappointing because this was such a great year to start. It's still a good year.
Yeah, but you've been like the most injured team yet again.
And it's just like, how do you have somebody injured at practice? I mean,
It's hockey. Anything can happen.
Talking
Yeah,
practice.
we're talking,
Practice.
but Lauko is back
Yep, taking his place.
and already scored a goal against the Red Wings,
Mhm.
which, by the way, great game.
Yeah,
Really upset to see that they lost.
Yeah, they should have won that. They were leading
Crap
2-0.
the bed.
Yeah,
Crap the bed.
they were literally winning 2-0, and then freaking Simon Edvison, I think his name is.
Vincent.
Edvison, yeah,
Made that sound a lot more Spanish than it is.
yeah, scoring
Kind of
twice,
his thing.
Yeah.
twice, and then getting the decisive go ahead goal.
I mean, Detroit's a good team. I'll give them credit. They're a hot team this
They
year.
are.
Yeah.
They're
They're
flying.
spicy.
They're flying underneath the radar, and they're biting people in the ass right now.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'll give it to them. They're a good team, but
Yeah.
Detroit fans, for all their sports, are finally not suffering.
not as much.
Yeah, well, they're insufferable now. So
Fair.
Lions fans, I'm calling you.
And then Kaprizov is out longer.
Yes.
Than we
In an
anticipated.
interview on 100.3 KFXN,
K-Fan?
K-Fan, yeah. Bill Guerin said that Kaprizov is going to be out longer than anticipated, which really sucks. He was the favorite to win the Hart Trophy. I did the almost impossible. I finally dropped him for my fantasy team.
I picked him up.
But yeah, he might not come back until like the last few weeks.
This one, someone might have to pick up one of the penalty flags for this take, but I love Kaprizov, but he is so injury prone. That's not even where you should throw the red
That
flag.
is where I'm throwing the red flag.
Good
You know
thing
how
That's not even
you know how many
let him
injuries,
finish.
You know how many injuries he plays through?
Exactly.
Let him finish. Let him finish.
At what point does he get injured so much that we say it's not worth paying him as much as he wants?
Throw it.
Yeah.
Dude,
He's a top 5 player in the league.
Yeah.
And
Someone pick me up a flag because I would throw a flag on that. I'd throw a yellow flag on that.
Yeah,
He is
we got
not
some hats
top
here.
No.
We got
we're
Sidney
good system.
Crosby, Ovechkin, McDavid. I'd even put Draisaitl above him. The Kachuk brothers.
I would confidently put McDavid, Draisaitl, McKinnon, and Makar. Those are the only. Yeah, not. I mean, Ovechkin's old, man.
He's still.
Yeah. He's still scoring goals because he has the natural ability to score goals.
Exactly.
But he's never played defense.
What's the goal count for Ovechkin and what's the goal count for Kaprizov this year? Both were injured. That's all I gotta say. All right, let's move on from that.
Loons.
Yeah, very disappointing on the 22nd against LAFC. We only lost by 1, which was way better than we did against them in the preseason. But yeah, very disappointing. Here are the statistics. So we ran a 5-3-2, so 5 defense, 3 midfielders, and 2 offense. And then so LAFC had 65% of the possession, and then we only had 35 shots. LAFC had 5, and then we only had 1, and that came from Kelvin Yaboa that hit the post.
Rip.
Yep. And then shots on target, LAFC had 2, 1 going in net, and then Minnesota had none on target. Corners, we were both tied at 4. Fouls committed, LAFC had 12. We only beating them by 1, so we had 13. And then offsides, LAFC had 2, and Minnesota had nothing. Kelvin Yaboa, that was my man of the match for Minnesota United. He had so many scoring chances. We just need to
Connect.
Yeah. I mean the possession says it all. I mean, only having 35% of that whole entire freaking game, that is not good.
Yeah.
And I talked a little bit about the formation, about the 5-3-2, how I don't like it. It's just not very well.
No.
There should be no reason why you would have 5 freaking defenders in the back.
No.
There's just no reason.
Well, you're not gonna have possession. You're not gonna have a lot of possession when you're like, we're just gonna be conservative this game.
Yeah.
Like with any sport, you have a more like, especially with soccer, if you do more defensive, it only works out if your strikers are really, really good and like they can work by themselves. And the Loons are not in a position to do that kind of format right now. But I mean, it's so early in the season. I'm sure they're gonna write up something else. I'm sure we won't see this format continue.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's good to experiment early in the season, kind of figure out where you are at. But
But
home opener,
a home opener, against Montreal in the first. Some things that they need to get rolling is they need to get more shots on net. I mean, yet again, Kevin Yaboa had several scoring. Just needs to get them on target.
we need to have more people too.
Yes, more people up front. That's where the 5-3-2 comes in place. Put another person up front with those 2 lonely strikers.
Right.
Like, get those 2 strikers out on the wing, put someone in the middle, and they can cross it in.
Yeah.
There should be no reason, yet again, why we have no 5 players on defense.
There's the personnel there. There's the talent there to do that.
Yet again, just have more possession of the ball. Yet again, shots on target, more shots overall. Maybe go less on the fouls, but I mean, I'm not gonna complain.
That's usually the goal.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
but I'm not gonna say no to a free kick. So
Right.
But other than that,
I mean, I'm not gonna say that we're like tanking this season at all. It's promising.
It's only the first game of the season.
I'm gonna hold off my thoughts until I see a few more matches come in.
Yeah. So yeah, it's only the first game of the season. Can't really be too mad, but I would rather get that ball rolling at the beginning of the season than have a bad start at the beginning and then get better at the end. So I would rather have a good first beginning, tank it in the middle for a little bit, and then get back on track at the end.
Yeah. I mean, only losing by 1 goal to LA, that's a promising start. Yeah. That's a really, really
good team.
Yeah.
I know, yet again, only losing by 1, and that's fine by me. Yeah. I'll take a 1-0 loss against LAFC. So that is absolutely fine by me.
Maybe the only critique that I would really have right now is, like we've already talked about, like I want to see more people putting in shots.
Yeah.
Because one person having a lot of shots, that's cool, but like
it's very star driven.
Yeah. Well, I would want to see 3 or 4 people even having a good amount of shots.
Like this team doesn't have like a true star.
Right.
You need to operate as a team rather than feed one person.
Right.
I'm just waiting for Halawane to start getting his feet on that grass.
Yeah.
Because once he starts getting on that ball, he's going to be unstoppable at that right wing.
Right.
So I'm excited about that. Sangbing too, kind of saw him at the beginning of the game. Got
Is he moving into a more prominent role this season?
I think so.
I
think
that's
what I think they're going to start turning.
That was a big sign.
And then another thing too, I talked to you guys about Hassani Dotson and how he wasn't happy here in Minnesota. He played that game against LAFC.
Did he start?
Yeah, he did start. He started at center back. So maybe expect him to see him play the first half of the season.
Okay.
And then maybe see him transfer out for the transfer window.
That's fair. That's fair.
I think that is
I don't blame him for that.
So, I mean, just to get him a little bit of playing time, I don't blame him for that. I mean, if I was playing and I wasn't happy with the team and I couldn't get the transfer at the beginning of the season, I mean, I would just want to play a couple of games and then
keep your conditioning.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keep in shape.
Absolutely.
Get some stats
and then at that second transfer window, see if I can get somewhere else.
Yeah.
And, that's fine. I mean, won't be mad if he transfers out because we have that, we have that new center back who played against LAFC, and he did pretty good. So we'll see where they play, how they play against Montreal. So
the Twins in spring training right now.
3-1 in spring training.
They won against New York on the 25th.
Yeah, that was
5-4.
Yeah. Who they beat today?
The Tigers.
Yeah.
I mean, it's spring training. Don't read too much into it, but
did you guys hear that Byron Buxton bat?
Yeah.
That was crisp.
Did you hear?
That's deep to left, back toward the corner.
Royce Lewis, first home run for Twin spring training.
Crisp.
Nothing
is better than the nice sound of that bat hitting the sweet spot.
I'm excited for Royce Lewis to come back. I hope he stays healthy all season. Yes.
Fingers crossed.
Correa, Lewis, and Buxton, if they can stay healthy for 120 games, this should be a good team.
Yeah.
This should be a very good team.
Go happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel more confident on Royce Lewis than anyone. He's still young. He's got that youth.
Yep.
Correa, I mean, 2 teams didn't sign off on their medical things when he was a free agent and tried to sign elsewhere. But I mean, Royce Lewis, I think, is a stud. He's a stud. I think he will, if he stays healthy this season, I feel very confident that he will be considered a sleeper MVP for the AL. He is got so much natural talent.
Yeah.
In other news, we'll touch on this more
Oh boy.
We'll touch on this more in Beyond the Border, but the automatic ball strike system, huge hit.
I
Ryan
love it.
Jeffers has used it as the catcher. He's gotten a couple people struck out, and we'll go over it more there. But it's basically just the batter, pitcher, and catcher that can call for it. But I think we're moving closer and closer to robot umps, which I don't know.
I feel like umps will still play somewhat of a role.
Yeah, I think they'll play in the field, maybe not call balls and strikes.
Maybe.
I think that's a fair
Yeah,
compromise.
that's a fair.
But yeah, I mean, Twins have been fairly successful with it. Harrison Bader got struck out, called for the review, came back. It was a ball, hit a home run on the next pitch in practice down there.
Yeah,
so
That was him?
Yeah, that was him.
Okay.
Yeah,
I saw that video.
yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously the Ishbias have pulled out as
Yeah.
potential owners.
That's kind of sad.
Looking back, I think it was just a ploy to get a bigger stake in the White Sox because I think they're fans of the White Sox. They live in Chicago,
Right. Yeah.
so obviously very disappointing. Probably not gonna be sold by opening day like previous people thought, but lots of suitors remain still very interested.
Who's the ones that own the Suns?
That's the Ishbias.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really wanted them.
Yeah, everyone did. Because, obviously the Suns are in a bit of a pickle right now, but they came in, they bought the team, they brought a ton of life. They brought spark to that franchise, and they treat fans right, at least.
Yeah.
But very disappointing. Everyone was really excited. But, I mean...
The grass is still greener ahead.
Very likely,
So-
unless, the Poleads obviously reserve the right to pull the team off the market, which is a huge concern right now. But, I mean, for the people who are like, oh, you're trading stability with the Poleads for... No. They are one of the worst owners in all of North American sports. They treat fans like crap. They don't spend on their team. This is a fairly big media market. You're going to attract owners that are willing to spend money because this is a bigger market. This is a good team. So it's just disappointing for the meantime, but I'm hopeful that owners come in and still provide a spark that people thought the Ishbias were going to.
Didn't a fan get kicked out last season because he had to fire or sell the
mhm.
team?
I was at that game.
That's crazy to me that you would kick someone out because they tell you to sell the team.
That was the same game on the same day when the cat trade happened. Dude, the Target Field went silent when the ESPN alert came up.
Oh, I bet.
Oh,
And the Twins were probably losing.
oh yeah, they were losing.
Yeah. That probably doesn't help either.
Yeah.
Correlation is not equal causation. But Gophers men's basketball's path to March Madness seems a little
Difficult.
Yeah, that's a word to put it.
They
I
really-
mean, they've been catching some eyes a little bit over some.
They looked a bit feisty.
Yeah, but I think it might be too little, too late kind
Yeah.
of thing.
You had to win against Northwestern and
Did
Penn
they
State,
lose?
and what?
Did they lose against
Yeah, I
Northwestern?
think they lost to both of them.
Brother, so I just checked a couple days ago. At one point, their chances of making it into March Madness was 0.2%, and right now it's at 2%. So pretty big jump. They pretty much would
We're
have
so
to.
back,
They would have
We're
to
back.
win out in the Big Ten tournament.
which is not going to happen.
No,
Not at all.
I'd like to say that it will, but
it will not.
most definitely will not.
That's literally all I had on Gophers basketball.
Yeah.
There's not. Much
I mean, there's
going
not much.
on,
Yeah.
but
Do you
I'm
guys
excited
think?
for March Madness to start?
Yeah.
Up. We should do a pool.
Yeah. I mean, do you guys think Ben Johnson's earned another year as basketball coach because he was on the hot seat?
I don't think he did. You didn't do good enough this year.
I mean, he had some statement wins.
yeah, but I
And
mean,
he brought him into. Let's see where they stand.
I feel like there's a lot of teams that are really bad. That look at BYU. They beat Kansas.
I think
by
with
30 points.
I think especially with basketball in general, you can have pretty mediocre to bad teams still have statement wins. It's just how ball works sometimes.
Yeah, they're
You
still
don't-
in
you
the
don't-
bottom 3.
You don't get
in
to
the Big
keep your
Ten.
job when you're 14-14.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Like I mean,
It's
it's not a very good selling point to be like, well, we did have these like really big upsets, and it's like, well,
cool.
yeah, but you're not showing consistency. If you're having big upsets consistently, maybe
Then at that point they're not upsets.
they're
because
not.
you're a good
they're
team.
Not, they're not upsets, and
Yeah,
like,
you're not going to get past Michigan State.
no.
Or
Oh no,
Michigan, Or Wisconsin, or Maryland, or UCLA, or Purdue, or Illinois. It's not gonna happen.
No. But
they beat Michigan.
The rest of the teams after that, though, I'm confident in.
Oregon.
In Indiana, we can beat. Nebraska, we can beat.
Indiana's a basketball school, though.
Ohio State, I don't think we beat
No.
them. Rutgers, you beat them. USC, we beat them. Iowa, we beat them. Northwestern's a toss-up. Penn State's a toss-up. We beat Washington.
but
Let's move on to another college sport.
college hockey.
Yes! They finally won a game.
They tied the program record for longest losing streak. They went 10 games or 77 days without a W underneath their belt. Coach Brett Larson obviously had an interview. They do a little podcast at local Green Mill.
Which, good food, by the way.
Yes.
Expensive,
Expensive. But
overpriced.
Not worth the money.
No,
That's
not-
fair.
It's
That's
overpriced.
fair.
But regardless, he said that it is not Loserville is what he called it. It's
Yeah.
not Loserville. It's just hit a really bad slump. Obviously, Isaac Posh's injury did not help at all.
Ooh.
He's back and he's getting his
Getting his
rhythm.
footing again.
yeah. He's getting his footing again. We kind of talked about it. Maybe it didn't air, but he came in too early
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
that Western
yeah.
Michigan
They
series.
should.
Like
they
we
should
were
just-
talking about before.
Mhm.
Like I think it was a mistake to play him in that way. Yeah, it should.
They should have waited for the season.
You need to
game.
get your conditioning. You need to get used to it again. It just
With that
it's too
series
much.
with Western Michigan, they went that series alone. Western Michigan scored 10 goals to St. Cloud's 1 goal.
Yeah.
So, St. Cloud is in a really tough spot right now.
They will. They're not gonna make it.
So the only way that they can, and we did talk about this, Carter did talk about this, is that they need to win out the NCAC tourney, which would be a tall task to do, but it isn't impossible. If you can get everybody use this game as a motivation.
Yeah.
If you can get
If you
to
can-
St. Paul,
Yeah.
it's a toss-up from there.
Yeah. St. Paul or the Frozen Face-Off is always a toss-up.
Yeah.
So I mean,
It's such a deep competitive conference.
the two teams that you're gonna have to worry about. Every other team, I feel like you can beat.
If you're on
with-
your A game, yes.
But the two teams that are a massive toss-up and it will be really, really tough is Western Michigan and Denver.
No
Yeah.
Nodak? You don't think?
Nodak's not the same this year.
No.
Fair enough.
Which
ASU's,
we will get
ASU's
into that.
feisty.
Yeah.
Feisty.
Yeah, ASU is feisty. They will probably make it, but we could still beat them.
On to more Minnesota teams. Duluth got swept by Nodak.
Quick editor's note here. I just want to put a little warning out that this next segment gets a little bit loud. We could go off with a bang. Carter has some strong words and a strong opinion about the North Dakota and Duluth series. So if you're listening to us either on YouTube or on Spotify, might want to turn down the volume just a little bit. I'll do a little bit for you, but in case you do want it to be a little bit louder, don't turn down the volume. Thank you.
Of all the teams, of all the teams that I didn't want you to lose to,
We'll bleep that, guys.
North Dakota, please stop losing to them so bad. They're not that good. God, I hate North Dakota so much. And we're gonna cut this part out, but because that has not on her Instagram story for
I know, I saw that. I was
ever.
thinking of you.
And the one time she put something on her Instagram story. It's that North Dakota beat UMD. You.
Okay.
I saw that and immediately thought of you, buddy. Come here.
Didn't think we were gonna get triggered.
All right. That is something.
Luckily, we got Miami this weekend, so easy sweep.
And then
at home
Mankato,
too.
Mankato swept Lake Superior.
It's looking more and more likely that they're gonna make the tourney.
Yeah.
St. Thomas getting
Mason Cup.
sweeping Northern Michigan.
Minnesota is the new top dog in the Big Ten.
Yes.
Towering over Michigan State. Michigan State is kind of in a slump right now, which we can get more into and Beyond the Border. And Bemidji's just Bemidji, as always. Nothing ever happens in Bemidji.
Bemidji giving them screen
Bemidji
time.
swept them, so
Who
Don't
cares?
Yeah, don't
Come
care.
on,
Don't care.
Gotta give them some credit, dude.
Don't care.
Don't. Moving on to the high school tourney.
Got it up
it
here.
is
Championships being played tomorrow.
Section
so-
Section championships to go to state.
Also,
So
prayers up for War Road girls. They lost to Dodge County in the championship game to no longer have their 4P.
That's the third state championship in all of southern Minnesota high school hockey.
Good for them. Though.
I know
I'm really,
that is
really,
great.
really, really
that is great.
happy for them.
It's a northern thing. They're closer to Canada.
in 1A, for championship, you got number 1 Northfield going against number 3 Lordes. Section
Northfield's
2A,
Northfield is gonna make it.
Minneapolis versus Orono.
That's gonna be a very good game.
Yeah,
that's
very
gonna be a barn burner.
And then
Orono 7-0.
I do think Arno will take it.
I think they Minneapolis. Didn't they make it last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
They've got the
I-
experience.
I have Arno though.
Okay, that's fair.
Section 3A, we got Laverne versus Mankato West.
Laverne's gonna win.
Yeah.
Laverne's gonna win.
Laverne is crazy good.
Laverne is-
Section
yeah.
4A, for semifinals, you got Sisiago Lakes versus Simley.
Chisago Lakes.
Yeah, Chicago.
Chicago.
Chisago.
Chicago.
And then you got,
We're just gonna move on from that.
And then you got Mohamedi
What did he say?
versus Highland.
Matamidi?
I don't
Are
care.
you kidding me?
I don't care enough about that. I
Okay.
really don't.
Matamidi wins that game.
Yeah, against 6 Highland Park now.
And then Monticello versus St. Clair Cathedral.
Cathedral,
baby. Listen, Monticello is really good this year.
But
It's
Cathedral.
Cathedral.
Yeah.
It's
I didn't
Cathedral.
think low-key though. I didn't think Monticello was gonna beat who they beat in Pine City. I think
I don't know.
I can't remember who they beat, but I did not think they were gonna beat them. So
No, it's gonna. That's gonna be.
Cathedral.
That's gonna be a good game
To
too.
be
That's gonna be a really good game.
to be fair,
And then 6A, Northern Lakes versus Alexandria.
Alexandria.
Yeah.
fuck Alexander.
And then 7A, Cloquet versus Hibbing.
As much as I want to take Hibbing
Cloquet.
for
Cloquet.
beating Hermantown, it's Cloquet.
And then for
Also, their logo and colors.
Cloquet.
Yes.
Disgusting. I hate their logo.
The Lumberjacks.
I hate their
It's
logo.
so nice.
and then 8A, War Road versus East Grand.
That's gonna be a
Forks.
really good game
I think
too.
it's
Yeah.
gonna be EGF.
And then Class 2A and
And
1AA. And then you got Lakefield South versus Lakefield
It's
North.
south. It's south.
Yeah.
It's south.
And then AA,
Section 2A.
Shakopee versus Holy Family Catholic.
It's
I
gonna
got Holy Family
Okay.
Catholic.
You know what, Carter? I'll go with you on that.
No.
Fuck Shock.
Really?
boys.
Just in spite of that guy.
Yeah.
Just in spite of that guy.
We don't like Shock.
And then 3AA, you got St. Thomas Academy versus Two
STA.
Rivers.
STA.
Yeah,
We
STA.
don't like STA,
St.
but
Thomas.
we
And
also
then
hate STA.
Creighton Durham Hall versus Rosemount.
No. Cretan Durham won that game already.
Did they? Oh,
so
okay.
it's STA versus
Two
Cretan
Rivers,
Durham,
and
and
then
it's,
whoever wins that.
that's gonna be
Oh,
really
gonna
good
be a
game. That's gonna be a
When
really
is
good.
that? When is that?
Uh,
Okay.
Let me check real quick. I don't care.
I might go.
That might be the Saturday.
Oh, I can't
Because
go then.
it's usually Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday for hockey.
Dang it.
February 27th at 7 p.m.
Oh, that's tomorrow.
That's-
They're playing
yeah.
it tomorrow already.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe could go.
Oh, it is Creighton Durham Hall versus
STA. Yeah.
STA.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where
said
are
that.
they playing it? If it's more than 10 minutes away, I'm not going.
At St. Thomas Academy.
No.
We'll figure that out.
We'll
keep moving.
Yeah, St.
Mendota
Thomas-
Heights.
Mendota Heights.
Oh,
it's at
I suppose,
STA.
yeah.
So I'm not going.
Why not?
No, usually they play in a neutral site.
Yeah, but it's sections.
Because like
It was at the MAC?
two AA plays in at Braemar where Edina plays.
All right, and then semifinals for 4AA: Hill Murray versus Roseville. Hill Murray.
No, Roseville.
No, Hillmurray won.
Oh,
I think Stillwater won too. Click on it.
We hate Stillwater too for different reasons.
Okay.
What happened there?
Yeah, Hill Murray versus Roseville, and then Hill Murray wait, I'm so confused. No, they haven't played yet.
No, they did.
No,
It's
wait.
the 26th.
I'm so confused. Why isn't it showing?
Bless you. Bless you. Bless you. Can you shut up? Okay, can we? Let's just
Let's
keep
move
the
on.
ball
Yeah,
rolling.
move on.
Let's just keep the ball rolling.
And then Stillwater versus White Bear Lake.
Okay.
And then for
White
5AA, you got Rogers versus Champlain Park.
Rogers.
Yeah. And then 6AA, you got Edina versus Wayzata.
That's gonna be a
Oh,
great
boy.
game.
Please, Wayzata, please.
Wayzata's not much better than Edina.
Low-key got fired from my job because I told a kid that was from Edina that I don't like Edina because they're cake eaters.
And then for 7AA, you got Rockridge versus Andover.
Rockridge.
Yeah.
Andover.
Rockridge. They're
Andover's
good
a
this
better
year.
team.
And then for 8AA, you got Moorhead versus Bemidji.
Moorhead's the favorite to win state.
Yeah.
I hate both of those teams, but
Moorhead.
Yeah.
So yeah, some good games.
Yeah, we
So,
got some
That's some high school beef right there.
Yeah. So we will keep updating everybody. I mean, the thing that sucks is that this tourney goes by so quick.
I know.
Yeah.
It really sucks.
We could go.
I want to go to at least one game.
Yeah, me too.
We should go to the quarterfinals because then you get like the 2 games per like session.
North Star Takeover, Minnesota Hockey Tourney.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'll bring the phone with.
Yeah.
We'll record. I think.
I'll look at tickets.
I think
That's it.
Yeah.
A little teaser. I know I don't do.
We don't do.
Whoa!
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 Whoa! Whoa!
This is actually this is news to the other 3 boys too, because I haven't told them about this yet. But look out for a video. I'm going to be starting. I'm trying to think of the best way to word this. I'm going to be starting a new set of videos where I go to sports bars around Minnesota and I rank them.
Oh,
Okay.
Lord.
I actually think it's a good idea.
That's not what I wanted to hear.
First off, we're starting up with Buffalo Wild Wings.
No, actually, first off, we're starting out with the ultimate.
Okay, that's a good point.
So,
Okay, yeah.
Look out for that video.
We could go.
I'll do it. Well, we can run the crew.
Yeah.
If I was
I've
thinking,
never been to the ultimate yet.
I haven't
Really?
Loki
Oh,
thought that they
so
weren't
good.
gonna like the idea, so I was prepared to do it completely alone. So yeah, comment sports bars around you that you want to be featured in a video.
Are we doing like a bar stool, like ranking like pizza joints, but instead it's just sports bars?
One bite.
Pretty much,
Everybody
yeah.
knows the rules.
Yep, pretty much.
Okay.
Am I stealing content? A little bit.
It's okay.
It's your own idea.
We'll go.
But,
we should go to the AA games.
Yeah, we should go.
They're better.
But let's finish off this sign out.
All right, this was episode 6. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Find us on Spotify, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, maybe Facebook someday. I don't know. But that's
thinking about X.
Nah.
That's
That's gonna be it for this video. Thank you for watching. We appreciate every single one of you. Hopefully this video actually goes out. 3, 2, 1.